Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
This is Turn Up Tuesday. Caroline, what is this episode about?
This episode is about just some quickies. We're gonna update you on some cases that are currently going on and some trial stuff, and then tell you about some recent news, crime stories that have been happening.
This is In the Know. We're keeping you in the know with all the stuff that's happening now. Now our Thursday episodes, that's a little different. That's when we dive deep into one case and we tell you all the things. So you need to tune in on Tuesdays, but also on Thursdays if you're like us and you want to know all of the details. So if you haven't yet, go on and rate us and review us and subscribe to us because you're not going to want to miss these episodes.
You are not.
What you got for us today?
All right, so let's
Wait, first. No.
Oh, we got a live show.
Yes, and this is the last time you're going to hear our voice. Almost. Second to last time you're going to hear our voice before the live show this Saturday. And if you're in Waco and you listen to us and you have not purchased a ticket, you should be shame. Shame. So go on and purchase a ticket right now and come and see us because, listen, Caroline, so we have episode 0 of Dirty Chad ready to go. And it is, we said teaser, but this is like a 15 to 20 minute teaser. So that's basically a quick episode. And we're starting you off at the end, how everything came crashing down. Caroline, what's some key things that they're going to hear without giving them too much? Give them some clues. What are they going to hear?
They're going to hear about syringes.
But not the traditional way of using a syringe, right?
911 call.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the last thing?
Probably an ambulance. And maybe their favorite holiday.
Oh, maybe your favorite holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of...
so just ponder on that.
Think about what it could be.
Yeah. And only people at the live show will be able to hear that. So I hope your mouth is watering. Go and register now. It is only $25.
And you don't want to come to the show alone because that's boring. So you need to get at least like
14 friends.
14 friends.
Yeah, to join you.
Yeah, and just say like, hey, sign up for this show. It's going to be great. And that's all you got to do. And you just tell them to sign up and they've never heard of us. That's great. You got a new friend you can talk to the show about. Talk about to the show.
Yes.
Talk about the show with. Whatever.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. We always have people at the last 2 shows. We've had people that are not Bloody Happy Hour listeners, but then they become Bloody Happy Hour listeners.
They do. It's true. It's facts.
Okay. Now we can go to the news.
Okay. So we have a couple of updates. Kohberger, he has had a gag order, the suppression, because they have a gag order right now. They had a hearing over that. They have had a hearing over the dissemination. It was a dissemination hearing, so that's the media. So they're trying to keep the media out, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the judge heard both sides of the arguments, and so he's going to make his, I guess, what do you call it, his decision, and let us know what if the gag order is still going to be in place and what the stipulations to the media can be. And then, like, if there can be cameras, if there can be, we can get a recorded, like what they've been doing is they've been recording it and then they release it. So it's not live. So they're doing all these hearings. So if you're hearing about all these hearings going on, that's what it is. Gag order hearing and the like media hearing. So he's heard the arguments. He's going to decide. And then he filed. So they filed a motion to. Okay, he waived his speedy trial, meaning he wants to have it.
Yeah.
He wants to have the trial within 6 months. Okay.
Okay.
But they are now requesting the information from what was said at the grand jury hearing.
Okay.
So they had the grand jury hearing, which led to him being like officially, he had to like plea. Okay. Well, then now he wants to say, okay, well, we want to hear what they talked about at the grand jury. And while we wait for that, we want our clock to be on pause, our 6-month clock. So,
do that?
Well, they can.
Okay.
But if they are like, yeah, we'll get it to you, it might take 6 months for us to get it to you. So then they're going to get 6 months plus their extra 6 months, which they are allowed. So there's all these things that are up in the air, and it's going to be wild. So there's a lot of there's your little court corner. The Delphi.
Yes.
Richard Allen. He had a hearing today. Okay. So if you don't remember, it's Libby and Abby from Indiana, who they were the 2 girls who were on the bridge, and there was the recording of like, hey, girls, down the hill. And then they were found murdered in the woods. And it was 7 years. And then they finally arrested this guy, Richard Allen. Well, he's been in prison, not jail, which is not typical.
Yeah. And then solitary, like himself,
he's
right?
lost like 40 pounds. He looks horrible.
97
he
years
looks
old.
medicated, like highly medicated. And so they had a hearing today, and it was originally supposed to be a bail hearing to say if he could. I don't know why it took so long to have this bail hearing, but it turned into being more than that. Where was I going? It turned into more of like a competency. Oh, this is what it was. It turned into being more of a competency and a bunch of other issues, because apparently he has made some self-incriminating statements. I don't know to who. I guess to people in jail, maybe on the phone. But his attorneys were like, yes, he did make these statements.
Okay.
Saying, like, admitting that he did kill them.
Okay.
But then the attorneys are like, well, his mental state makes him unreliable.
And now a word from our sponsors.
I'm your puzzle pal, and I'm going to tell you about my latest obsession, Wongo puzzles. These things are the real deal, folks. They're high quality, handcrafted, and perfect for anyone who loves a good challenge but doesn't want to dedicate their entire kitchen table to puzzles for a week. Trust me, I've been there. I might still be there. But I got one of these actually for Christmas. I loved it. I did it, and I was so proud of myself. And they have all these cool designs, and you need to go to wongopuzzles.com and use our discount, BHH. You get 10% off. And I really want to know, if you'll order one of these puzzles, what you think about it, because it's so fun, and I need to order like 5.
Cure hydration. If you are obsessed with your hydration like I am, this may be something good for you. This is something that is so easy. Forget about the Gatorade. That just dehydrates you even more. And if you don't like the taste of coconut water, try Cure Hydration. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. This is vegan, no added sugars. It's just a little packet you could put in your water. Or if you're really smart during happy hour, you could put it into your Tito's. It is just as effective as an IV drip. And if you do not like the taste of water, it's not as boring as water, not as sugary as the sports drink. And if you're an athlete, it'll give you the best performance. Or if you just get brain fog or headaches because you do not stay hydrated.
Brain frog?
Brain fog. The solution is Cure Hydration. So go to that link, enter the code. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. Cure Hydration.
So I don't know if they're drugging him, because it looks like he's like drugged.
No, he looks like he's going crazy. I thought at first they were keeping him in like
Well, I don't know what they're doing.
an
to him.
individual, because you got to think about it. Men who kill little girls, they're like the little kids. They're like the bottom of the totem pole in prison, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be like in maybe a maximum security, secluded.
It says he is in court. That was one of the things he was asking, is to be moved to a maximum security isolation. He's in court this morning asking to be moved from the maximum security isolation prison to a jail.
Yeah.
So if you're in already isolation, how are you? You're not getting like beat, but you're just getting.
You're not getting beat. You're in a little bitty room is all day long by yourself. Nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
He is catabolic because he can't go out. He's like no sun, no vitamin D, no anything. He is going crazy. 48 hours of that can make you go crazy. So I would 100% believe that he would not be competent to stand a trial after doing so much of this.
Why would they put him in there and not in a jail?
Because he would get killed in jail, and then he wouldn't stand trial because the other people would kill him because he killed little kids.
Okay, because like let's say Brian Kohberger right now. This is all part of the quickie. So Brian Kohberger he's in a jail cell, but
he's probably not been Gen Pop.
But I thought jail is like just your little holding. Like it's like there's hardly any people in the jail because that's just like overnight. But prison is but this jail is, you know what I mean? Like I thought.
I don't know who's in there with Brian Kohberger.
Well, I know like he's in a teeny tiny jail because it's a small area. This Delphi has got to be a small one as well. I just don't think there's a lot of people there. That's what I was saying. Like, and plus they come and go quickly, right? If you're just going in for like the drunk tank, is that the same place? I know. I guess I got to learn about jail, but I just, they're wanting him to be moved from this isolation.
When you see in movies and they get in trouble and they put him in the box and they put him in solitary confinement, like it's just this dark thing. There's like a mattress on the floor.
And see,
you get your food slid into you. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like isolation is isolation,
right.
Whether it's jail or prison. Like it's not going to be any nicer because of where it's located. Yeah. They do that, they say, for their own safety, but it's the opposite mentally on them. Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean...
And according to research.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why they're letting this happen to him. I mean, like, the prosecution should you want to keep your suspect healthy.
Yeah.
And alive. I mean, right? Like, because you want them to pay for their crime if you think they did it.
But if he was just to go with the general population, they would probably kill him because it's different. And it's different for some reason. There's like a hierarchy of crimes in prison, right? Yeah. So Kohberger may not be as in danger as this kid was because he killed 7-year-olds.
But
or these little bitty
it's
kids.
not like he's the first child murderer to stand trial,
right?
So are they just? It's just getting to
affecting
him more.
Yeah. Or is he doing like Bundy did this? He played crazy. He played like he lost all this weight. And people were thinking that is he trying to do some competency thing, but he was really doing it to escape. Remember, he tried to climb through the wall, I think, of the prison, and he was doing it to escape. So he had an ulterior motive. So could this guy be playing a game? This is a long time to act. He had to be really, really good if he's playing, but...
Well, it is wild. So so they just released the actual, I guess the recording of the hearing. So I'm gonna go listen to that tonight. But from what I've read, it's just he's looking pretty bad, and I can't believe he admitted it. Which I mean, I guess I don't know.
He's probably just like, okay, I did it. Get me out of here.
Yeah,
like get me out of here.
Guilty.
Yeah.
And then you just can go on and I don't know. Lori Vallow, there's a lot of hearings happening today. She had a hearing today and it was just she wanted a new trial.
Oh, I'm so over her.
Yeah. She was denied.
She doesn't stop.
She was denied the new trial. And we're just waiting on the sentencing, and then Chad Daybell he'll have his next year, 2024. Gosh. And then there was another thing with the Laundries and Gabby Petito. There was some little hearing today, and the Laundrie parents, will most likely have to turn over like text messages and stuff if they still have them on their phone.
Can't they just retrieve them though?
If they're in the cloud. But if they've deleted them from because I think it's all stored in the cloud. But you can, if you deleted them from your phone, they'll have to go through all the AT&T or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can AT&T just not get them?
Oh, they can. You just have to I guess it's a process.
So I know it's just like it's
file a thing, and you have to get the court has to do it and approve it, and so it's like Gabby Petito's parents filed motions for production against the laundry. So they were seeking all the messages, and then this will be like showing the direct evidence of what the laundries know. And they were granted that today. So now I think they can start looking. So they had to like file the motion of do the thing and then get the thing. Well, now they're granted it, so now they can start the process with agency, I guess. It's just
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got to go through all the.
I would just skip right over the laundries. I would just go straight to whoever, AT&T or Verizon.
Well, no, it's through the court though. They have to get a.
I'm saying I would go through, like, I thought they were going to the saying, give me the phone. I want to get all your records. Instead of going just to, I would get the laundries out of it and just go straight to the cell phone. Is that what they're doing?
Well,
cell phone people?
It's not the laundries. It's like the laundries like the attorneys. When I say the laundries, it's their attorneys.
Well, right, but do you
like Petito attorney can't just go and call AT&T and say, "Hey, give me these phone records." I now have a court order saying I have to. So that's what they were waiting on approval for, to have this court order approved by the judge
to go to the phone company.
To the phone company.
Okay,
that's what they got today.
I don't know why I thought they were trying to get the court order to get the laundries to hand over all of their, like whatever they had, their phones, like whatever they have. Laptops, computers, all that communication.
Yeah.
I was saying I would just skip over that and go straight to the phone company.
Yeah. So there you go. And then, okay, we have two more. Natalie, it's a bunch of Natalies today. Well, just two. And last week. Natalie Martin, she's 18-year-old. Did you hear about her?
Oh,
She was from Ohio. She was allegedly strangled to death by her ex-boyfriend, Blake Linkus. This was a couple weeks ago on a post-graduation trip to Myrtle Beach. They had been dating for a while, like several years, and they had recently broken up, but I guess they were still friends and going on this trip together. I don't know. There's not a lot of details out there because I just found out about it, and I feel like it happened a couple weeks ago. But so Natalie was found unresponsive in a hotel room. Blake, the ex-boyfriend, was arrested and charged with the murder. The incident report says that Blake did this with malice aforethought. Caused the death was that she died by manual strangulation. So it was the same thing as like Gabby Petito. He was arrested 2 days later, and he's being held without bond. We don't know why. We don't know what caused it, what led up to it. We just know they were on this trip, and he strangled her.
Wow.
And I don't think she was bubbly, but I think she was really nice. But I think it was just, there had to be,
was it just them on the trip?
I heard on one news channel that it was a group, but I don't know like who all was with them.
This isn't the one where there was two boyfriends and girlfriend situations. So there was one where the girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend sent a video of her and another person engaged in sexual relations. So the ex-boyfriend lost it and killed her. Is this the one?
Oh, that could have been Christine.
And starts having an affair with Natalia.
Oh, that would have been good. I should have added that. The divorce was finalized in 2018. Then in 2019, Christine and Michael, the parents, are now faced with criminal charges, and social services do an investigation because now it's believed that Natalia was a minor despite her new birth record.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right, if you love smoothies or if you love your protein in the morning, you need to get you a Blend Jet. You can do that if you go into blendjet.com. If you enter the code BHH12, you get a discount. And let me tell you, these things are portable. They are easy to use. They can fit in your cup holder. You can have it at home or you can have it in your office like I do. Right this morning, I had my blueberry banana one
How was
with
it?
some chia seed.
Wasn't chunky or anything?
It was very smooth. When I have it in my shaker, it is a little chunky. So this is a great alternative.
I love it.
It is battery powered, so all you have to do is plug it in every 2 weeks, and the battery never runs down.
Oh my gosh. I love battery powered things.
Go to BlendJets and order you a BlendJet and get a discount.
Thanks, April, for sharing.
Did you know you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee? I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned the bottle around to actually see what's inside. When I did, I found out many of my favorite creamers contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, ew, and artificial flavors. Laird Superfood all started when big wave surfer Laird Hamilton needed morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. He couldn't find anything in the market that met his ingredient standards, so made himself the ultimate plant-based creamer. Laird Superfood started and launched its first product, Original Superfood Creamer, in 2015. Laird Superfoods contain no artificial flavors, colors, or additives, and no sugars from highly refined corn syrup. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. All Laird products are also made of all-natural whole food ingredients, and they are crafted from the highest quality all-natural real food ingredients. Are you ready to feel more energized, focused, and supported? Go to lairdsuperfood.com and add nourishing plant-based foods to fuel you from sunrise to sunset. Use our promo code BOO at checkout to save 15% off your purchase today.
So in September 2019, Social Services does this investigation. So now they have they're like both getting Michael and Christine, and they're going to charge them with neglect of a dependent causing bodily injury, neglect of a dependent causing serious bodily injury, endangering a dependent's life, abandoning or cruelty, confining a dependent, and conspiracy to neglect a dependent. However, this is a tricky situation. And because you got to consider the difference in her legal age and her alleged biological age, and the age that she was abandoned would have been 24 years old versus 10 years old. So how old is this dwarf? So some charges were thrown out because they were like, well, the age couldn't be considered. And so then all the 4 charges that were determined on age were thrown out. But then and there was like statute of limitations came up, but the prosecutors decided they would continue pursuing remaining charges of neglect due to her disability.
Okay.
And that's in February 2022. Then in October 2022, Michael has a trial. So I guess they're doing separate trials. Mom and dad. So dad has his trial. His attorneys are like, Natalia is 24 years old right now, and then they're like, this is what happened. She was 24 whenever the Barnetts left their Lafayette home. Natalia testifies, and she says she never wanted to live in Lafayette. She wanted to live with the Barnetts and wanted to go with them. Because she did not have skills to live independently, and she couldn't reach up to the high things, and she couldn't cook, and she couldn't use the washing machine, and she just struggled due to her height.
There's accommodations.
So the jury found Michael not guilty on the 3 counts of neglect and conspiracy to commit neglect, and those were dismissed. Then in April 2023, which was like yesterday, Christine is supposed to have her trial, but the court ruled that all her counts of neglect were all dismissed due to insufficient evidence, and so her trial was canceled. So this leads us to where we are now. And this documentary is now Natalia's side of the story. And she's going to tell us about what really happened. And it's called what is it called?
Where the truth lies.
The truth of the curious case of Natalia Grace. So she's apparently 33 right now.
This would have been a good live show story.
Well, I can report on the actual case because I'm gonna go watch the whole show.
Oh my goodness.
So now she's staying with a different family in Indiana. She claims she's 19.
I mean,
see, that's why I gotta watch.
Because she was born in 2003, so that would be right.
But why is she legally 33 if she's 19?
She's claiming she's 19, but they told her.
Yeah.
But how can you? There's no way to like do an age test.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
Like a tree, you
her
cut
birth
the tree down.
It's in Ukraine. If you can read that.
No.
So one little.
It.
I don't know. One little part of this piece that I saw was that one part in the documentary. So they have, what did I say, 3 or 4 sons. The Christine and Michael. One of the sons is autistic, but super, super smart autistic kid, and he is being interviewed. And at one point, they start asking him about mom abusing Natalia. And he was like, I don't want to talk about it. He goes upstairs, talks to Dad, and Dad's like, I'm telling them, like, I don't care. I'm telling them everything about your mom. But the one thing I don't want to tell them about is about me, or like throwing and kicking her down the stairs. And he's like, oh shoot, my mic is on. So that's your kind of teaser, because I have to go finish watching it. So maybe that will be part of the live show, because this is just the surface level story.
So now it becomes like, is this a crazy family that
and there's so much more that's just skimming the surface. Yeah, like, because
is it a crazy family, or is this a con artist, sociopath?
I mean, I would
or is
kind
it
of
both?
be scared of a little orphan Ukrainian.
There are a lot of people that choose to.
I feel like it would be
to adopt kids with disabilities, because those are the ones that will probably never get adopted, right?
Yeah.
So there are people with good hearts that do it. There are people who are horrible that will do it because they can't communicate themselves. And so those are the ones you can take advantage of and abuse and sexually abuse too. So it could go either way. I don't trust either one of them.
I don't trust either one of them. I don't know why she would have a 6-year-old would have pubic hair.
No.
Or an 8-year-old.
Okay.
So there you go.
Wow, wow, wow. Good stuff. Okay, we will see y'all Thursday for the full episode. And we're going to New York.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm far away from Texas.
Wow.
Are you proud?
You took a whole trip.
Far away
a whole
from Texas.
Trip to the great old state of New York, the smoky New York, with the safe city. Safe city, New York.
All right, let's do it. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always sign up for the live shows as soon as possible, and be DTF and down to find and rate, review, and subscribe, and do everything. And that's all you have to say.
Bye.
Everybody has a story worth telling. I'm Corey Duncan. On Best Story Ever, I take guests that you know through their most unique and captivating stories. The best part? I hear the story for the first time when you do. Everyone has a story. What's yours? Find Best Story Ever on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hola, yo soy Jackie.
Y yo soy Jessica.
Y esto es Zona del Crimen. Un podcast donde hablaremos sobre casos de crímenes reales
y eventos impactantes que han quedado marcados a través del tiempo. Recuerden que nos pueden seguir en Facebook, Instagram
o donde escuches tus podcasts favoritos.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. You can find us on Instagram at bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those too also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
And you didn't say hi.
I didn't. You just kept going. I'm going to introduce the book. I'm not reading it. It's because I don't like reading.
Girls like cowboy butts, and those jeans don't hide anything.
Find us on Instagram at Bustles and Bangers or on RogueMediaNetwork.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.